Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a very long time since I last posted on this channel, and that's because me and my wife actually had our first child, so all the time that we had free we usually spend with him, and we haven't had time to actually go out and film. But today I had some free time and called up my friends to come help me film, and we're going to show you a wild bettas smaragdina habitat in my local area. And this habitat actually means a lot to me because as a kid I used to go here all the time with my friends, and it used to be a really big habitat, but now a stone quarry has taken over and destroyed most of the habitat, leaving only a small location where we can actually find these fish. The last area of the habitat is only about 30 meters long and about 3 meters wide, and this is the only place around this area that we can actually find these fish. This habitat is one of only 3 in the 50-mile radius of this area, so you could imagine how rare it is to actually find these type of bettas. And if I'm not mistaken, this land is owned by the government, so we have no control over the habitat and how it will do in the future. More than likely it will probably get filled in and building sites will probably be put in this area in the near future. Some of you guys may remember a Pattaya Splendid video that I put out about 2 years ago. However, that habitat has now been filled in and new building projects have been put in place by the government. So the main focus for this video was actually not to go out and catch as many fish as we wanted, but rather show you guys the habitat and how these fish live. I wanted to show you guys what they look like, so I did bring back about 3 or 4 pairs to condition and then acclimate, and then I'll show you at the end of the video on what they look like once they're fully coloured up. All of the pairs that we do bring back will probably breed and then re-release the fry into a new habitable area, rather than re-releasing back to the same location where the habitat may actually get destroyed in the future. So it's always best to relocate to a new location where these fish can actually repopulate a new area and carry on the genetics. Okay, so we made it down to the bottom, and before we get started I just want to show you guys what the habitat looks like. So all it is just a small stream with lots of fallen leaves and sticks, and the water here is very acidic, but it's just very clear. It's almost crystal clear with a lot of mulm and everything like that. And we're just going to go around the edges here, all the way around here, and then follow up the river just to see if we can catch any wild bettas. So in these clips I'm just showing you guys what the wild habitat looks like, and I'll try my best to actually ID some of the plants that I want to point out. Some of the plants that you see here right now are actually not very common in these habitat. These are just normal plants growing along the edges. This specific habitat didn't really have much aquatic plants that I wanted to point out. However, I will be pointing out some fern species and also 1 or 2 aquatic plants that I have seen in this habitat. The most common species of fern that I see in every single habitat that I go to is Diplasium esculentum, and this species of fern actually grows in large clumps with their root system spreading all around the edges of the water with their foliage hanging over, and it offers great coverage for fish to actually go under and spawn in. So that's why when people ask me what they should have in their betta tanks, I always tell them to have something that replicate fallen leaves or foliage and have lots of floating plants so the fish can actually feel more secure. Another common thing that you'll see about a wild betta habitat is that the water is actually constantly flowing from the ground, keeping the water high at all times, even during drought seasons, and it also keeps the water really fresh for the fish. As you can see in the video, the water is crystal clear and it's coming out from the ground at a very fast pace and flowing downstream also. It hasn't rained anywhere, and this is what you see in every single habitat that you go to. And that's one of the key factors to why wild bettas actually do really well during drought, because their habitat never dries up. I also want to talk about a discussion that many people have over and over again about these fish actually living in puddles, and usually this is not common as wild bettas prefer a more swampy habitat where water doesn't dry up. And the only time you'll find them in small pools of water is either when there is drought or when they are building a nest and hiding from larger fish. And once they finish spawning and raising their fry, they'll actually wait for rainfall to reconnect these body of water, and their fry will actually venture out into the open water and start their journey. My granddad said he got one. Almost jumped out. Okay. เปิด นิ่งๆ Here's a female, I think. Okay, switching to the GoPro. I can actually see wild bettas in the water as going down. First scoop, we got something. Look at that. Here's Here's a male. I'm not sure if that's going to focus. Here's a green smaragdina male. I'll actually get a camera up here in a bit. So that. So this is the male that we caught just a second ago. Trying to get a good focus on him. Oh, it's too close. And this is a green smaragdina male. He's quite a young male, but we're going to keep him just in case we don't get many fish. And he should flare up in a couple of days, so we're going to put him into the container. Cái con có mang đây này. Chắp tủ con nó đưa ra mới lút. Đây đó, con. Ở con mà. So we caught another one. This one's a really nice green one. Yeah. Wow, mà lại đĩa thôi này. Lost it again almost. So it's been a good while since we last caught that fish in the last clip, and I'm just going around the edges trying to catch any more fish for the camera, but it's just not looking good for us today. It's just so hard to navigate around the area because it's just so much mud, leaves and sticks everywhere, and it's so hard to walk around. So I'm just going around aimlessly scooping up everything that I can, but no luck at all. In all of my videos, people ask me if I'm not scared of snakes or spiders, and the answer is not really. I'm more scared of leeches than anything, because snakes and spiders usually try to get away from you, whilst leeches, they usually swim towards you and basically will clamp onto your legs and suck your blood out. And it's just a really, really disgusting feeling to actually have a leech on your foot. Baba. So after catching for a while, there's actually not a lot of wild bettas here because it's so hard to catch with all the leaves and everything. They're really good at hiding. So we're actually going to move downstream to this little pond here. This is where the water you see here runs down to, and there's a small stream, there's a small pond over there, and hopefully there's more bettas going to be in that spot. But I'm scared of, look, I'm not wearing anything, I'm just barefoot right now, so I'm just going to wait for my boots. I'm just going to go catch some over there, or let my granddad try catch some. Ui, còn thuốc nam. เห็นกูอยู่เนาะให้กูเห็นให้กูอยู่ในเฟรมเลยนะอุ้ยป่าลายขนาดนี่มาซูมเบิ่งหน่อยถ่ายไว้เนอะซูมลงซูมเลยกดโฟกัสเห็นปะเห็นปะเห็นแล้วเนาะเอาใกล้ๆกันได้มันโฟกัสอยู่ปะแต่ว่าเดี๋ยวถ่ายยังไงขึ้นไปถ่ายอยู่บนรถได้แล้วตั้งแบบไรหยุดเลยมันอันน่ะโอ้โปะขึ้นไปได้ถ่ายกูถ่ายเด้อกูได้ตัวงามขนาดเลยโอ้โปะกูได้ตัวงามขนาดโปะแบมือเลยถามว่าถามใต้มันบอกทายเลยดิทายไปเจ้าย่างมากซูมก่อนมันเป็นสีเขียวเห็นปะงามเลยตัวนี้ไหนเนาะยังเลยนั่นทายแล้วยุดเลยเนาะตรงนี้อ่ะส่วนดีนะเลยเห็นบ่ไว้เอาเลยเห็นเนาะพอแล้วอุ้ยสวยตัวนี้สวยรอถ่ายเลยรอถ่ายเลยได้ถ่ายเลยไม่ใช่เลยเอาอย่าหันละเอาอย่าหันละใบใหม่ใกล้ๆรถเห็นปะแต่มาถ่ายตรงนี้อย่างที่ครับไหนเนาะได้น่าสอนง่ายครับเลยมันน้ำมันใสปลามันจะไอเขียวอุ้ยเขียวนี่เดี๋ยวขั้นเด้อว้าจิบหายได้อยู่บ่ได้อยู่ปลากูไปซ้ายตัวงามเลยว่ะหันนะไปใส่วะสต็อปไปก่อนก็ได้นี่ได้แล้วถ่ายไหมเดี๋ยวซูมกลับไปหันเลยจะใส่ใบใหม่ในตัววะดีไหนเนาะได้เอาโดนๆนะคนก็จะถ่ายรูปดูตึกหลอดบ่ไรวะได้แล้วเอาแนวใส่มาลองเปิดไหมโอ้บ่คำมันดับแล้วเทียวมันก็ดับหย่อมเพราะว่าเฮาถ่ายนะปู่อุ้ยตัวนี้เฮียงอุ้ยเขียวขนาดมาเลยอุ้ย2 ตัวนี่หุ่นได้บ่ได้เนาะได้เอาใกล้ๆอยู่ดูใกล้ๆอีกฟัมเนลโอเคเดี๋ยวฟานโอเคโอ้งามขนาดนั้นเขียวเลย So we have about, I'd say about 5 pairs. Zoom kau ni. Zoom. Yeah. No, not. So we got about 5 pairs. Some really nice males in here. So I'll condition the fish and then basically show you guys once they're all fully cuddled up. And yeah, guys, this is it for the video so far of us catching. I'll go back and condition some more fish and then show you.